Hi there, it's Aisling Mooney here, spiritual business mentor and coach. I'm here to help light workers who are experiencing burnout, can't get consistent clients, over delivering, undercharging, heading for exhaustion and burnout unless they get help. And I help them to turn their businesses around, start to finally reach thousands of people around the planet with their healing gifts and get paid fairly for those gifts. So I help people to create businesses that are fulfilling, sustainable and profitable. So that's my work for spiritual light workers, and I'm here today. You're so very, very welcome. I've compiled a list of my master golden nuggets. Now, this is not another video that you're going to sign up for and you're not going to watch. This is something that I want you to put on your favorites list. It's going to be substantial information. It's going to be life-changing. It's going to be transformative. So if you only have a few minutes now, go mark some time in your diary and make sure that you get the full juice of everything that I have to give you today, because this is literally life-changing. So mark some time in your diary, or make sure that you won't be disturbed, and just give yourself a good hour to just really digest, pen and paper, all of this information. So pause if you need to go and do that right now. Otherwise, if you're here and you're still here, I hope you have a pen and paper and you have some time when you will be undisturbed and you'll be able to really digest this and take action immediately afterwards. So I know what it's like when you're trying to get clients in the door. You're exhausted delivering to clients, and there isn't even the time to get out there and to market, and you see other people doing live streams and you don't know how they're doing it, and maybe you're scared of live streams, and there's that you started up your spiritual business just to help people, and now you're stuck between trying to get clients, and even sometimes when you get the clients they drain you and they leave you exhausted. So I have some amazing golden nuggets and tips. I have them all written down here so I don't forget anything. So, some of these tips are practical, like that you can use practical things. But as we're light workers and spiritual entrepreneurs, there'll also be the energetic stuff, the manifesting tips, the spiritual elements weaved in and out of this information that I'm giving you. So the very first thing, are you ready? Are you ready to dive in? The very first thing, and if you've been watching me for a while, you may have heard me say this, so I really want you to get it today. Stop selling tools and start selling transformation. So if you're out there and you're trying to sell Reiki sessions, angel therapy, counseling, psychotherapy, well-being classes, whatever it is that you're trying to sell, they're your tools. They are not the transformation. So I want you to start thinking about, what is the transformation that I provide? We cover this in the Abundant Heart Programme. So if you need help with that, reach out and we can get you in there. But it's start advertising the transformation. Stop talking about your tools, because it's the transformation that people will buy. And the results of that is that it will also bring you out of the market. So if you're in, say you're doing Reiki sessions and everybody's charging 40 quid or 50 quid, and you're like, I can't charge any more for Reiki. Even though that's not sustainable, it's not a sustainable business model. You need to be charging at least 100 euros, pounds, dollars an hour to have a sustainable business, because you're going to be paying taxes, you're going to be paying for resources and systems and coaching and training for yourself to keep you at the level that you're at. So it needs to be, you might not be there yet, but eventually it will need to be 100 euros, pounds, dollars an hour. So everybody around you is charging 50. When you suddenly stop advertising Reiki sessions and start advertising healing past life trauma sessions, 97 euros, pounds, dollars. You immediately, by just changing the heading of your sessions to the transformation, you immediately open yourself up to a different level of market. Trust me on this. It is true. Test it, try it out, jump into my community. You'll see results. You'll see clients all over the place. All of my clients doing this and just bringing themselves out of that market. So the second thing is, know what you do by heart, my love. And that is three questions. A lot of people in practical business, they call this your elevator speech. So it's the idea is that if you got into a lift with somebody and they said, so what do you do? That by the time you get to the next floor, you'd be able to explain what it is that you do. So it's a very, very short sentence. So it is, hi, my name is, you put your name in there. I help, the name of the client that you serve, who are experiencing, name their pain, and I help them to name the transformation that you provide. So it's a very simple step-by-step process. An example of that would be a shorter version of what I gave you at the beginning of this call. Hi, my name is Aisling Mooney. I help lightworkers who are struggling to make money and heading for burnout to create a spiritual business that's fulfilling, sustainable and profitable. And I do that through my programs, VIP packages, one-to-one services. So, and in my communities, all the free content I give out there. So you can see that you need to know this by heart. And sometimes it adjusts to the people that, so you might need a few of these elevator pitches, speeches, so that you can give them to different audiences. I'm going to do a whole video just on that piece. Then the next step is get out of the house. All these light workers sitting at home, in their own communities, just working with the people that they know. Get out of your house, my love. Get out of your community. Network. Go to business meetings. Go to events and holistic events and nights out. Go to the places where you know that there are people that you can serve and help, or the places where you will get referrals. So this is really a crucial tip. So I hope you're really hearing it, because I can feel the resistance. I can feel the resistance coming from this. Oh, no, I don't need to. You do. You need to get out. And once you have your elevator speech, you know what you're doing by heart. You start talking about the transformation that you provide. You get clear on that. And you stop selling your tools. You need to get out there and start telling everybody and anybody what you do and what you have available. Then it's get referrals. So tell everybody most light workers are out there that their family and friends don't know. My family and friends might not know what you do. And, sometimes they might not understand it, but it's important that you explain it to them in a way that if they meet somebody on the street that can do with your services, that really requires your healing services, that your family and friends know what you do. So my mother has forwarded so many of my posts on Facebook just because I've asked her to. Mom, will you just share this around to whoever you know? There might be somebody out there that needs my help. And depending on what the package or program is that I'm sharing out there, I'll explain it in terms that she can understand that. But your friends, your family are hidden resources, and old clients as well. You could connect in with old clients and ask them, look, I hope you enjoyed the service, the healing, the session, the package, whatever. Could you share this out with your family and friends? There might be somebody that you know that could avail of your services. So that's it. This is a tricky one. Get ready, get ready, get ready. Raise your prices. Fastest way to cash for a light worker is to raise your prices. I say this over and over again to my clients. They resist it in the beginning. Oh, I have to raise my prices. So let me explain it. There's two parts to this. The first one is you tell your clients, your community, that your prices are going up on a certain date. The second part is you tell them that they can get the current package service at the current rate for X amount of time. So you add in a little bit of scarcity there. So I'll give you an example. Hi there. Could be a post on Facebook. Could be an email that you send out if you have an email list, which, by the way, is something that you need to get eventually in your business, but you don't need it right away. Hi there. This is just to let you know that my prices are going up to 97, just using that as an example, on the 1st of next month. As a valued member of my community, I want to give you an opportunity to book a session with me at the old price. I have just 10 places available at 47. These places will fill up fast, so please book right away. To book, just click the link below, and ideally you add in your payment method, which the fastest one is PayPal Me button. Go and Google paypal.me button if you haven't got this process already set up. It takes 5 minutes. If you have a PayPal account, you need this button. It's so easy, so effective to get payment, and it's fast and swift. You can make your offer and put your link right underneath so people know to book. I love PayPal Me buttons. So what does this do? It literally brings in clients. This literally brings in clients. And my clients have used this to bring in up to 30 clients at one time. So if you're sitting there and you're trying to get some money together, go and make an offer like this to your community and get your PayPal Me button. This, just having a PayPal Me button helps you to get paid up front and in advance, and it stops the reschedules, and it stops the I've changed my mind, and it stops the no-shows where you don't get paid. You know, we all experience this. I did in the early days. No more payment up front or payment plans, but it's all automatic. I don't get into that anymore. Are you ready to keep going? You're doing very well. Just stick with me. We're doing great. We're halfway there. These are just all of the golden nuggets. Start to sell packages and multiple sessions. It takes the same amount of effort to sell one session as it does 3 or 6 or 12. This is, you know, it does take a little bit of adjusting your mind. It does take some coaching and some help and support, you know, some training to help you to step into this. But really, if you just get the crux of it today, that if you just stop selling one-to-ones and just really focus on selling your packages, services, and so I've done this. I've wanted to bring in some cash, so I've offered a discount for someone. I've said I have 3 places if somebody books 3 sessions in a row. For example, a one-to-one session with me at the moment is €500. That's a spiritual business breakthrough session. But I have offered recently 4 sessions for $997. That was a no-brainer for my clients that love me, that know the work that do, that know that how transformational it can be in their business. Grab it in there. You know, so it is, and just by creating your packages, you're giving yourself another option there to get paid more easily and to work with people longer term. I don't like one-to-one sessions anymore. I prefer to work with people over a longer period, preferably at least 3 months. And I love working with people over a year. I love seeing that transformation. So all of my packages and offerings are based around longer term clients for their benefit in mind, because I just love that connection and I love seeing results for my clients. So you keep going, you're okay, keep going, take a breath, take some water, stay on track. Put in place some processes and systems to help you to make passive income while you sleep. Now, I don't believe in 100% passive income. I think there is work, especially when you're setting it up. There is work to do, and there is a little bit of work in maintenance. So it's 100% work in the beginning. Like, so say for example, some of my clients who've created their first online program or package or course, you know, there's a lot of work in that, getting that set up. But one of my clients said it took her 3 months to do the first time. The second time it took her 2 days. So once you get this process and you know what you're doing, it becomes easier. But then it's once that package is up there, say it's Tai Chi or Angel meditation course. Once it's up there, the work is done, and then it's just maintaining it, or maybe creating a group and maybe going in and I did that with my Transform with Angels course. It's a 12-week program. I just go in now and spend a little bit of time with clients, but all of the heavy work is already done. So it's semi-passive income. And there's so many supports and systems that you can put in place that will make things so much easier for you. Like one of them, a very simple one I put in place in the last couple of years was a diary link. I pay $50. When a client books, PayPal Me link, click, bang, I send them or even my assistant sends them now. I don't even do that anymore. Sends them the diary link, a welcome email, gives them the rundown of what their package or service is, sends them the diary link. They click on the link and all my availability is in there. I get an email to say they've booked, they get an email to say they've booked, they can reschedule in that link. It's a dream. $50, and it saves me years of work, like hours and hours of work. So there's lots of systems that you can do. There's email systems, Facebook systems, YouTube systems. There's like all across your social media platforms that will do require work in the beginning, but make things so much easier. So we're nearly there. We've 2 more pages to go, my dears. We're doing very, very well. So a little bit of energetics we're going to move into. That was a lot of practicalities. Write your invoice to the universe. So a lot of you out there, I love this concept when I heard it the first time a few years ago. A lot of you out there are due some money from the universe. You've paid your dues, you've done the free work, you've helped and healed clients around the world. And the laws of karma are, are based on exchange. So what you give must come back to you. And you have been giving and giving and giving. So the law is there, that money is there in a bank, in the universal bank, waiting to come to you. So you haven't either set up the funnels, the PayPal links, the systems, the processes. You haven't got the mindset support, whatever it is that's preventing you from receiving that money. But it's about, the first thing is to just stop, pause, and say, universe, I'm writing my invoice. This is my invoice. And I've physically done this. I've physically written down my invoice. Dear universe, this is for all the services that I've rendered out there, healing and helped so many people. And I'd like that $1 million, please, or that 100 grand, or that 50 euros, or whatever it is that you want. Just write an invoice to the universe and hand it over to the angels, and let them figure out how that money is going to come to you. Miracles happen with this. And I'm going to add in one more. Get yourself into a good vibration. Get in the vortex, the wealth vortex, every single day. Now, if I think about my children, like most of us are going around worrying about what might happen, what might never happen, what usually never happens. Worries, doubts, fears, how to pay the bills, how to pay the mortgage, how to get more clients, how to get more money in. I'm crap, I'm not the best light work. All that BS that's going around in our heads. And the universe is there just going, yeah, that's okay. I'm listening to the vortex that's around you, and I'll just give you more of that. So what we need to do is fill our energetic vortex with what we want instead. And the biggest, most beautiful, easiest, fastest key to get you there is gratitude. So what I do is I go to a place of, my kids bring me there instantly. I think about my kids. I think about even my daughter. A hug from her, I'd walk 100 miles to get a hug from that child. Her smile, her dancing, her singing. My son comes down, hugs me in the morning, says good morning. The conversations we have, he's a little bit older. Like, my kids bring me into that vortex of gratitude instantly. So whatever it is for you, that brings you into a place of thank God, because then what comes is, I am the luckiest person alive. Thank God I have this, so much love. Oh my God, I can't believe that I have so much. And then from that place you start to think about what you want, and you start to call that in by creating that. So from that space you go, thank God, I'm just so lucky. I feel so lucky. I have these beautiful children. I'm so lucky to be the parent of them. And thank you, God, for bringing in all of the clients that I need and want, and everyone that I can serve to the highest of my ability. Thank you for bringing them in with ease. And thank you for bringing in paying clients and all the money that I need to support myself and my family. And you're expressing what you want, but from that place of pure gratitude. And that is like fuel, magnet fuel. When you're in negativity, it's a repellent. It is an absolute repellent to what you want. So if your energy vortex, whatever is happening around you, whatever you give your energy to, is what you're going to get more of. So really, this is so important. So, this is a great exercise. I do this with my Heart Mastermind group, people that pay me at the highest level. And I will be introducing it into the Wealthy Lightworkers program. So you're getting it for free. Get clear on your numbers and get them down on paper. As Lightworkers, most of us do not like the numbers. Some of us do. I'm definitely not wired for it. But it's really, really important to get your numbers down on paper. So there's a little tweak of an exercise that you can do, which helps me and has brought in thousands of euros into my business every single week, every single month. And I call it your basic, your sweet spot, your jackpot. So you write down every single month. I have a piece of paper. And on that piece of paper, I have 2 columns. Yeah, and in one column, I have sales in and money in the bank. And up here, I have my basic. So my basic, whatever it is that I need to bring in to cover all my bills and pay for my coaching and training and pay for all the systems in my business. And then my sweet spot, what would be fantastic. So for you, your basic might be 1,000 or it might be 5,000. So let's say 1,000 is your basic to really just meet your bills. But your sweet spot could be 3,000. Oh my God, that would be fantastic. I could start to pay myself a salary, which I think you should start to do from day one, but that's another video. And your jackpot might be 6 grand. Oh my God, if I got 6 grand, I would just be on the pig's back. Everything would be juicy, rosy if that came in every month. So when a sale comes in, so when I make, so say a client books a VIP package of 997, I will put that in the sales column. And if they've paid an installment plan, so maybe that's, I don't know, maybe let's say 297 a month. Okay, the installment plans are generally a little bit more expensive just to give people the incentive to pay in full because that's what we want. But the payment plan helps people, but it creates a little bit more admin for you. So you do need to budget for that in your system. And I see Lightworkers falling down on this all the time. But so on this side, I put in the amount that came in. So it could be 297 on the date that it came in. So by the end, this energetically creates, like literally, it is a magnet. The universe just wants to give you, that amount. And if you start to document this, you start to use this every single month, your jackpot moves. All of these figures move as you grow stronger in your business, bring in more clients, start to apply all these principles that I'm giving you, and easy peasy lemon squeezy, money in the bank, and that total is going up all the time, and it works. It is a magic. Once you focus on the numbers, where your attention goes, energy flows, and something grows. Focus on the numbers. Focus on what you want in your business. Okay, when nothing else is working, what do? You've tried everything and nothing is working. Take a break. Take a pause. Don't stop, but just take a break. Go get in the vortex with your kids. Go for a walk with your dog. Go for a swim. I love swimming. Do some meditation. Break the state. I love watching comedy, on YouTube. Go and find my favorite comedians and go and watch that and just completely break the state that you're in right now and bring yourself into a better vibration and just take a break. Stand back. That could be a minute. That could be a day. That could be a week. But definitely we come back as a different person. So, I have here, go shake it off. Put on some music and literally shake it off. Get that out of your system so that you come back refreshed, like literally clearing the cobwebs out. Another really simple tip that I haven't got written down here is to declutter something. So when nothing is working for me, I clean. I don't like cleaning, but I like living in a clean space. And I noticed that when things get a bit bogged down in my business, there's usually clutter around. So it's about just literally getting the Hoover out and doing a clean. I have a cleaner that comes, but now I didn't used to. That's one of my systems, is to help me so that I don't have to spend that much time cleaning. But I do declutter. So it's like get the Hoover out, clear out a drawer, empty a wardrobe, give some stuff away to charity. But decluttering really, really works. Okay, we're nearly there. I have 3 more left. These are really juicy. Fall back in love with money. Most of us, like if you had in a relationship and you treated that other person like shit, they wouldn't be hanging around for very much longer. They would probably leave you high and dry. Nobody's going to take that for too long. Maybe for a while they will, but then not for too long. So my advice is to fall back in love with money. Don't make money your God. Money is not your God, but it does deserve your love and your appreciation for all of the ways that it can support you in your life. So start to dream about money and what it can do for you, for the college fund that you're going to set up for your kids, for the salary that you're going to pay yourself consistently every month, for the charity donations that you're going to make when your business is working consistently. for the holiday that you're finally going to bring your family on and that you really deserve. Fall in love with money and start to speak about it beautifully and with appreciation and love, and it will be attracted to you. What you show love to is attracted to you, brings in more. The universe is listening. It's going, yes, 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 give her more of that, give him more of that. So I've actually only one more on this. So this is the final, this is the crunch. This is, for me, is non-negotiable. And if you've been following me, you know that I have spoken about this over and over again. And when I'm finished this, I have an opportunity for you, if you want to work with me on a deeper level. Get a coach, get a community, get into a training program. As Lightworkers, we are trained in our skill. I could paint this house with, wallpaper this house with the certificates and qualifications that I've gained over the years, including 4-year degree, education and training for adults. It's ridiculous the amount of education and training that we have. Angel therapy, nutrition, whatever it is. But I know for me, I was 10 years in business, but it was not a business. I was not making any money. It was a hobby. Until I got a coach, that was the clincher. Until I got into a community of spiritual entrepreneurs that could understand and support me. Not just entrepreneurs, not just business, but spiritual entrepreneurs that understood the healing journey, that understood the BS that comes up for us about having to accept money for our healing gifts, all the stuff that comes up around that. Wanting to give our services away for free, but being exhausted and not being able to pay the bills and the mortgage. You need support with that. You need support because it's a roller coaster. Entrepreneurship is a roller coaster, and I've been up and down on that roller coaster to complete burnout, and with no clients, to 10, 20. I think the most I've had so far is 18 grand in sales in a few weeks. So, and if I can do it, there's no difference in me or you. The only difference is that I got myself into a program, I got myself into to work with a coach, and I'm in a mastermind community. This is non-negotiable. This is part of my business plan. It is a business expense that I include in every single month, and that's met. So it's non-negotiable. And this is, the light workers stop themselves from this. They look at it backwards, instead of how can I afford this? And if you've followed all these tips, you have money to hire a coach, to do your first business program, and to just get yourself into a community. Take some action, take some of these tips, get some money in. But you can also change your mindset. Instead of, I can't afford a coach, I can't afford a program, I can't afford to be in a community, say, how can I? And I did this in the beginning. I got up one morning and went, oh my God, I need to be in this 10 grand program. You don't have to do that. But for me, it was, I needed a big, huge, giant leap in my business. And I literally got up and said, right, how can I do this? I'm already in debt. I don't know how I'm going to find this money. I needed 2 grand for the deposit just to be in the program, to get started. I woke up one morning with a jolt, and it was like, how can I do it? I started to sell stuff that I didn't need anymore. I put out offers to my community. Okay, a package of 3 being slashed, book 3 sessions with me, get it for this amazing price. People booked some sessions, and I went and I got a loan. I went to the credit union and asked for a top up on a loan that I already had, and I got the 2 grand to get into that program. And that is the best across the board, across spending money on systems, on training and all of the healing work. That is the basic, the one thing that has brought in the most money for me. It was difficult for about a year, and then the money started to show up. So there was a lot to learn. It was a huge, big learning curve, and I did have to catch up. So it did look a little bit rocky for a while, but then it started to take off and it started to pay back. And that investment and that leap of faith that I made has paid huge dividends for me in my business, and has brought me on the path to 6 figures and then 7 figures. And I want that for you. You know, we don't have to be light workers in poverty any longer with that old mindset. It's time for you to shine and move into a new version of you in spiritual business. If you're in business, you need to be making a profit. Even if it's healing, you still need to be making a profit, or else it's not a business, it is a hobby. You know, business by definition is profitable. Otherwise, it's not a business. So I hope all of this was incredibly useful for you. And if you're still here, this is one of your you can go back over this. You can listen to all of these. If you're still here and you're thinking, Aisling, I want a community, I want a coach, I want someone to help me through all of these steps. I've tried it on my own and I know that I finally need some support. Help me. Next step. So your next step, I have 2 options for you. So one of them is, if you're at the beginning and you're still unsure about your sacred contract and purpose, and you need help just creating your first package that will take you out of your locality or as well and out into a broader audience and online. If you're playing with that idea, it is totally doable. It doesn't matter what your healing therapy is and what your spiritual business is. The Abundant Heart Programme is an amazing starting point for you. It's an incredible community. You get lifetime access to that community. It's 12-week full immersion. It helps you to get clear on what your transformation is, who you're here to work with, who you're sacredly contracted to serve, what the transformation is that you provide. It will help you to create an absolutely irresistible, beautiful package for that person, completely in service. And you'll also figure out how to build your community around that package and launch it and enroll people in your program. So I've had clients use this Abundant Heart steps. There's 8 steps and then a full launch package. And they have gone from having no clients to having making €2,000 with 10 clients paying 197 that have signed up to their online package for the first time. So I've had, and that's just not one-off, that is across the board of clients making their first 1,000, their first 2,000, their first 3,000, and so on and so on. And then, you know, I have clients that work with me on a VIP level, and they're the 5 grand, the 10 grand, the 20 grand. But just for your starting point, the Abundant Heart would be amazing. The next one, if you think, okay, that's 12 weeks is fine, and you can always progress to this afterwards, so don't worry about this. You don't have to make a decision on this now. But there is the Wealthy Lightworkers Programme.